Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would have some fun and share some of my spring favorites with you guys. So some home favorites and some lifestyle, fashion, food favorites, things I'm just loving this spring. So if you're interested, give this video a thumbs up and stay tuned. So I'm gonna start with a couple of fashion favorites, and I use that term very loosely because if you know me, I am no fashionista. I'm all about the comfort. So if you see me wearing a dress, it's because it's a comfortable dress, or same goes for shoes, anything like that. One of these things that I'm showing you is in no way fashionable, but it's just very comfortable and it's apparel, so I'm calling it a fashion favorite. But these are actually super cute. So I got these sandals on Amazon. I think they are perfect for the transition between winter and spring fashion. Now, I do live in Florida, so we literally wear sandals and flip-flops year round, but there are just some outfits, like if I'm wearing jeans and a blouse, I don't want to wear flip-flops with it. I want to wear some cute sandals instead, and these are like my favorite color. I love an olive green. I have a lot of tops and dresses that are olive green, and they're so comfortable, especially being pregnant. I am 26 weeks pregnant right now, I believe, and they're stretchy, and I know that in about 6 or 8 weeks or so, judging by my previous pregnancies, stretchy shoes are gonna be very helpful and necessary. So I thought that these were really cute, and I've gotten tons of compliments on them. I never notice people's shoes, I'm being totally honest. Like I said, I'm no fashionista, but I've gotten a lot of compliments on these. So apparently shoes are something that people pay attention to, and these are well liked. So they come in a ton of colors, and they were under $25. I didn't have super high hopes, but I had been looking for a pair of shoes that had this little crisscross in the back on them, and I'm super happy with these. Could not love them more. So I will link this down below. Next, like I said, I had another pair of shoes that are not super fashionable, but guys, if I could only keep one pair of shoes, this would be the pair of shoes I would keep. These are called like cloud slippers or cloud sandals or something like that. I mean, I don't think they're the actual brand. I think I got like a knockoff brand because the original ones are pretty pricey, if I remember correctly. They are only for the house. I only wear them inside the house. I always have to have shoes on, and we don't wear shoes in our house just because of like germs, but I always have a pair of house shoes or slippers, and I just can't do slippers because they're too warm. So I always have like a pair of slides, and these are my current favorite. They're so comfortable. I've been making everyone try them on. Like, wear these shoes, try these on. Aren't they so comfortable? They are literally the most comfortable thing I've ever stepped on, and I love them. So especially again, just being pregnant, I'm starting to get to the point where like my hips are starting to hurt. I have had the pubis symphysis or symphysis pubis or whatever it's called with all 5 of my pregnancies now. It's just starting, just rearing its ugly head within the last couple of weeks for me. So it helps to have some cushion on my feet, and these are amazing. Very, very happy with these shoes. So not the most stylish things on the planet, but trust me, like if you're gonna take one piece of advice away from this video, get these shoes. They're so comfortable. So there's that. Something a little prettier. You guys know I love a good dress from Natural Life. I love that brand, and I'm a little sad because some of them that I own, that I love and wear like all of the time, are not very nursing friendly. So I guess about like 10 or 12 weeks ago, when I was starting to buy some new pieces for the spring, I'm just like looking for summer wardrobe stuff for the upcoming year, I realized that I need to be now looking at things that are transitional between pregnancy and nursing. And I found this wrap dress. I bought it in a size up because obviously I need a size up right now. But it's super comfortable, very light, very thin. I do have a cami on underneath of it because otherwise it would be this low cut. Maybe it's because it's a size up that it would be that low cut, but it's so comfortable. I think it's so airy and bright, and it just feels very feminine, but it's not like, I don't feel like I'm wearing like a full gown, you know what I mean? Because it is floor length. But it's just a wrap dress, so it ties right here, and you can just adjust it as necessary, so I know it'll definitely fit me postpartum as well. And I love this piece so much. I love all of Natural Life's dresses. They're all so comfortable and just cute. And again, I can wear them like during the school day with the kids. I can wear them to church on Sunday. I can dress them up, dress them down. I love them, and I really love this wrap dress. And then my last fashion favorite in little fashion favorites category for spring is not for me, but it is for my youngest daughter, who is 4, almost 5. I have been a fan of classic gymboree since my now 13-year-old was a newborn. I started dressing her in gymboree from like the moment she was born. And I was very sad a few years ago when they went out of business. Well, I was actually pretty sad like quite a few years ago when they tried to change their style from their classic like seersucker look to being a little bit more modern and trendy. I wasn't a fan of that. And so they went out of business, which I expected because nobody was really a fan of their new look. And you good, buddy? Children's Place bought them and brought back their classic styles, and I couldn't be more thrilled. I love them. Some of these are the same styles and lines that I had for my oldest daughter that I'm repurchasing for my younger daughter. But in my opinion, nothing beats their classic spring lines. I've always loved their Easter lines and their cute little spring outfits. So I'm gonna show you some of my favorite pieces from some of their newer lines because they're absolutely adorable. I think every time they've released a new line in the last couple of months, I've bought a few things from each line because they have free shipping now, so cute. How adorable is this? So every year there's a little Easter egg hunt at our country club, and it's the day before Easter, so I never want to send her in her actual Easter dress because it's an actual Easter egg hunt, so they'll get dirty and they're running around. So I thought this was so cute, and of course all of the little curly hair ribbons that go along with it. So adorable. They had an undershirt for this, but again, Florida, mid-April, there's no way she's gonna wear layers. So this is so cute. I bought a couple of the other pieces from this little Easter line as well, just because I love spring so much. So just cute little tops and leggings, so sweet. And then, oh, you guys know that this Bumblebee line has my heart. Most of it's in the wash right now, but here's a little swing top from that line, and she has little black leggings with daisies on the knees, and then these cute little Bumblebee hair clips. How cute is that? I love like bees and bee decor. And then this new popsicle line is adorable. Only a few pieces have come in so far from this line because it was a pre-order line, and so a lot of it actually just shipped today. But it's so cute. I love all the little details. Just this reminds me so much of that classic gymboree from back in the day. And again, the curly cute clips make it for me. I remember with Isabella, I used to always buy, they would have these sitting up at the checkout, and I would always check to see what accessories were in stock before I would buy the outfits, because I just think this totally makes the outfit. And then this little line, this hydrangea line. Hydrangeas were my wedding bouquet, and so every year John gets me a bouquet of hydrangeas for our anniversary, and so this little hydrangea line is just so cute. So I got her a couple of dresses and tops and a couple pair of capris from this line as well, but it's so cute. So I love this line as well. So if you guys like that classic gymboree style and you didn't know that they were back in business yet, they've been back in business for about 1.5 years, and I'm very pleased. Very pleased, especially their spring lines. All right, I'm back. I get out of breath so easily right now. It's ridiculous. I don't know how I'm gonna make it another 12 to 14 weeks like this, but I may not be talking in videos. I'll figure out a way to get through videos without having to talk much because, oh, I needed to take a breath every few minutes. So next up I have some like home items, home decor, housewares, organizational favorites this spring. I am possibly, I mean, I'm sure I'm in the running for the world's biggest fan of Young Living's new kids bath bombs. I have a jar of them in my kids' bathroom, and first of all, they're so cute. How cute are they? They're like little clouds. I have some of like the Stress Away bath bombs in there too, but they're so cute. Let me pull one out so you can see better. They're individually wrapped, so all the splashing around won't ruin the whole batch. And they smell, it's called, I think they're called the Sweet Dreams bath bombs. Oh, sorry, I've got some ink on my fingers. But they smell like Sleepy Eyes, which is the essential oil that the kids roll on every night when they go to sleep. So this is my favorite, probably one of my favorite Young Living products. I love them. I love that they're not huge bath bombs, and obviously that they aren't full of junk. So I can let the kids use them whenever they want one. I only have 2 who regularly take baths, but sometimes my older ones will want to just take a bath and relax, or like if my dancer has some sore muscles or something like that. And they really like these bath bombs, but I actually really love them too, because like I said, it's one of my favorite scents. Anyway, I don't sell oils, but I buy them from my, you know, whoever my like upline is. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but she's a good friend of mine, so I signed up under her so I could purchase things at a discount. But she just let me know that I do have a link now that you can buy directly from without having to buy into the company. So I can finally share some of my favorite things, because I feel like you guys won't feel like I'm trying to like get you to buy a starter kit or something, but I'm telling you, these bath bombs are worth checking out. I love them so much. If you like the Sleepy Eyes scent, I love them. And if your kids like bath bombs, that's kind of like a guilt-free bath bomb. And like I said, they're just so cute. The kids have an all-white bathroom, which I know is probably a mistake, but as of right now, it's going well. And so the jar of those little cloud bath bombs, I think, looks really cute as well. Moving on, I'll share a picture of something next. So about, I want to say about a month ago, maybe it was 3 weeks ago, we had just come home from a trip. We went to Cincinnati, and I had a ton of laundry to do. And the people who were staying at our house here had told John that this happened, but I had no idea. So I was just doing laundry, and one day the little handle for the dryer popped off. You know, like when you go to start a load on the dryer, you like twist that little handle. Well, it popped off, so I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, I couldn't get it to fit back on. So I was like, oh, I'll just twist the little metal prong thing. And that was what the problem was. So I had no idea. It was something John knew he needed to fix, but I didn't know. And so I just was like, oh, I'll just twist that. And instead, it's like it disintegrated or something, like pushed through the washing machine or through the dryer. And then I couldn't use my dryer. So then we actually had to have it repaired, where like the back of the dryer got opened up, and like a new thing got put in and pushed through, and yada yada. So I had a few days where I didn't have a dryer, which isn't a big deal, except for we were just back from a vacation, and a winter vacation at that. So we had tons of layers and things that I just wanted to get washed, dried, and put away in storage. And so I have a towel rack in my patio, or I thought it was just a towel drying rack, but I guess it was like a laundry drying rack for small spaces. And so I started hang drying our laundry. It was so relaxing. I am so shocked. I enjoyed it so much. It actually made John want to get the dryer fixed sooner, because we don't have an actual laundry line. So I was just like drying things all over the patio, and anytime you looked out of our window, there was just laundry everywhere. And I'm sure our pool guy was like, what is happening out here? Because I was using like the pool net hanging racks to dry things. I was hanging hangers everywhere. We have like hooks on the ceiling for our string lights, and I was like hanging hangers everywhere. But I was just having the best time, like singing to myself outside, hanging laundry in the morning. It was a great experience. All that to say, I realized how much nicer it can be to hang dry laundry. So I bought a second one of those racks, because as a large family, one of them hung like a quarter of a load. And now I've been like drying our towels, our sheets, and then a lot of things that I can dry if I don't need to dry them quickly, I'll hang out there in the mornings. First of all, I love getting morning sunshine, so that's been great. Secondly, everything smells better when it dries outside instead of going in the dryer, because we don't use like dryer sheets or like heavy scents or anything in our laundry soap. So it actually like retains the nice smell of like essential oil type of laundry soap. And I don't need to iron anything. Guys, I know those of you who actually hang dry laundry are probably laughing at me right now. This was a mind-blowing experience, but it's been lovely. I won't be able to do this all summer because it gets too humid in Florida, and it probably wouldn't really dry, but this spring it's been a great experience. And the drying rack was, I think it was like 20 bucks. And we've had one for 2 years that we've used for our towels, and it's held up well. So highly recommend if you want to like hang dry laundry and not actually invest in a full line, or you don't have the yard space to do so. It's been perfect because it's collapsible and I don't have to have it open all the time, only when I want to dry my laundry that way. So that's been fun and a little weird, but so exciting. I don't know why. This is who I am now. I'm like so excited about hang drying laundry. And while we're on the topic of just absolutely mind-blowing, exciting things, I'll tell you about these vacuum seal bags. I've been doing a ton of spring cleaning. It's like my spring cleaning / nesting explosion has ruined John's life. Every day he comes home, there's like a new paint swatch somewhere or new shelves he has to build or something. It's probably the worst combo of timing for me to be cleaning. It's like I'm going a little bananas. But one of my girlfriends told me about these. I remember vacuum bags from back in the 90s. We would use them all the time. I don't know if they like came out before then, but I just remember my mom like ordered them from QVC once when I was a teenager, and then we were vacuum bagging everything. Anyway, I don't have a vacuum that has a tube, like, you know, old school style vacuums. And so these vacuum seal bags come with this little pump that helps you get all the air out. And this has been really great for spring cleaning, passing things down, saving things from Annabeth, now that we'll be passing down to our newest little girl in a few years, saving old dance costumes. And for me, anything that's not maternity or nursing friendly, I won't be wearing for like at least 2 years because I nurse forever. And so I'm storing everything in these bags, and it's been really great. I really like this. This has been really, really convenient. So it's been hassle-free. So if you're spring cleaning or you're going through your guys' like winter wardrobe and getting ready to store things, these are great. Not very expensive. And then speaking of clothing storage, in the springtime, this is an old favorite that I've showed you guys a million times, but I feel like in the spring is when I start to realize how busy we really are. It doesn't really feel like that throughout the year, but in spring it's like every single weekend we're somewhere. We're at this hotel, we're at that event, we're going on this getaway or this family weekend. You know, it's just like so many weekends away. And I love these packing cubes because I hate living out of a suitcase. So even if we're just staying somewhere for a night or two, I want to put them in the hotel drawers or the Airbnb drawers, but I don't want to fully unpack and then fully repack if it's a short weekend trip. So I love the packing cubes because for a weekend I can fit all of my kids, each of my kids can have one of these, as well as John and I, except for things that have to hang. And they fit perfectly in a drawer. It keeps everything organized. They've got little handles so I can just hand them to the kids when we check in, and they can go take it to their room. And then they can keep everything in there, so when it's time to pack back up, they just zip it back up, throw it in the suitcase. They all have their own color. And then when we get home from a trip, if I've washed everything and put them back in the packing cubes, they can just take it straight to their room. Otherwise, they can take whatever's left in here that they didn't wear straight to their room, and it helps with unpacking as well. So these, again, not very expensive. You can find some that are really, really expensive. These are just a super basic brand, and we've had them for, I think, 2 years now, and they've gone probably 25 to 30 weekend getaways with us, and they're so convenient. So if you've got a lot of spring trips, if you're going on like travel teams or sports or dance competitions, if you're stuck in the dance cycle right now like I am, these are really convenient for quick little weekend getaways as well as longer trips, but I just think they're really convenient for weekend trips. I love fresh cold lunches during the winter or during the spring. I feel like it's salad season, it's fruit season, it's pasta salad season. And so I know I showed this in my Amazon lately video, but I wanted to show it here too in case you aren't a fan of those types of videos. This Bentgo salad container, I got one for John, one for myself, and then I also sent one to my sister, who is a healthcare hero. It's like our joke because her hospital always has healthcare hero signs out, but my sister works in radiology in Detroit, so she's literally a healthcare hero. But I got her one to take her lunches to work because she works long shifts at the hospital, but they're so convenient. They make lunch packing easy for myself because I'll pack for my kids and then I'll be like, I'll throw like a yogurt, I'll throw the clamshell of blueberries rinsed and like a LaCroix, and then I'll figure out lunch for myself when I get home. And so having an actual nice lunch container for myself really does change how I do things. Anyway, so it comes with a fork in there. And then it also has this divided container at the top with a dressing container. And then you lift this up and there is an empty bowl at the bottom. So I will put like a salad and then the toppings and the dressing up here. Or sometimes I'll put like a pasta salad down here with some veggies and fruit and like chips and hummus, pretzels and hummus. So I really like this. John loves it as well. His is green, not pink. There are actually a lot of different colors, but it's just really cute too, which helps. I always feel like if you can buy something in the cute version, it helps. So it's really pretty. I really like it. My sister really likes it. John really likes it. So this has been really great, especially for spring. And I know for summer when we've got a lot of beach days going on and I'm packing cold lunches for myself to actually have a lunch. Okay, a couple of fun things left in the home and organization category before I move on to some recipes and some other stuff. After fall, so in the fall and at Christmas time, I change out the teacups that I have on display and that we use for poetry tea time, because we do host poetry tea time a couple of times or every other month, and then we have family over for just tea time in general, you know, in the other months. So we do have a lot of tea here, and so I like to change up the teacups that we're using. But as soon as Christmas is over and I put our winter teacups away and I pull our spring teacups out again, I get so excited because I just think they're so pretty. So I used to have 6, but I had to purchase another set of 6 because we now need more than 6 for most gatherings. And the nice thing is they're really pretty, but they're not super pricey. And so we have had a couple of them break. Actually had them for 3 or 4 years before we broke a handle, and it just happened in our sink. Our sink is a granite sink, and so it's very unforgiving if you drop a glass in there, and so naturally with little kids and teacups that happens. So I try not to invest in things that are too pricey for that reason, especially when we're using it for homeschool or for friends gatherings. But I know you guys have seen these a ton. I still get questions about them every time I show them though, so I thought I would just share one more time that these teacups are a spring favorite of mine. And they are in my Amazon store, as well as the tiered tray and the lunch plates that match them. So yeah, just a little refresher. These are the teacups that we use. They're in my Amazon store, and I just think they are so cute for spring. So there's those. Next up, on the same shelf, I display some different devotionals and books throughout the year, just that are accessible. So if I'm looking for something to read quickly, I can grab it right off the shelf. And one of my girlfriends told me about this book last winter, so I put it out in the spring, and then I put it away and brought it out again this spring. It's Winifred Walker, All the Plants of the Bible. And first of all, it's pretty, it's vintage. They only sell it in used bookstores or used online. But it's also just really fun to thumb through. If you have kids who want to do watercolor, they can look at this for inspiration. I think it's a fun layer to add to your knowledge of the Bible, just some of the plants that they name specifically in the Bible, where it's mentioned, and then why it might be mentioned, or just some history of how that plant is used. So it's just something, it's not necessarily like a devotional, but it's just an interesting tidbit that I think brings a depth to my personal Bible study, and it's just really cute and looks like spring. Last year I bought the, is it Magnolia? Yeah, it's the Magnolia Easter baskets for my kids. And I got the large size, and they weren't pricey. I think they were $12.99 or so. This year I wanted to grab the smaller one because I saw that they were on sale, or that they had them for sale again this year. And first of all, I was like, oh no, last year I bought 4 to be like our forever Easter baskets, but now we're gonna have 5 kids. Do I need to repurchase all new baskets? And thankfully they had them out again this year. So I bought the full-size one for when this little girl is older, but then I got the small one for our dog this year because that's the type of person I am. And then next year when she's just a little baby, I thought we would use this little one. But I had never seen the little one in person because I purchased it online, and oh my goodness, it is adorable. And I might have to keep it out all year just for some display because I think it's so, so cute. So perfect little spring decor item that has many purposes. All right, we're gonna talk about food for a minute because I am pregnant, so keep that in mind. It's a little all over the place. But the first thing that I want to show you. It could be in like the home category or the food category, because it's as functional as it is adorable to look at this time of year. So I got the Peter Rabbit tea collection. I got this last year, but I pulled it out this year. It's loose leaf tea. It's English breakfast tea, English afternoon tea, and then an Earl Grey tea. So I use this for, if you follow me on Instagram, then you saw my Peter Rabbit tea time that we did. We did a Beatrix Potter theme, learned about her life, you know, did some illustrations, and we had a really great time studying some of her books and her poetry. And so I thought it was the perfect time to pull out these little tins of tea, and now I have them displayed on my coffee bar just for the spring because it's adorable. The kids' favorite was the English afternoon tea, and they actually know how to use the loose leaf tea on their own, which is fun for my older ones to be able to access on their own. And then keeping with the bunny theme, do yourself a favor and grab some of this bunny bait trail mix from Target. I think it came out 2 years ago that I noticed, or maybe last year, but it sold out really fast, so I only got a little bit of it. Oh, 2 years ago, because then last year I was like, oh, I'm gonna stock up on it. But they have it in the individual containers like this, individually packaged. So some of these will go in the kids' Easter baskets, but they also have like the actual, you know, larger bag of it that you can just portion out yourself. It's really yummy. It's not healthy by any means, but it's just got like the pastel colors, all the spring vibes. It's really cute. So it's honey roasted peanuts, white chocolate covered pretzel balls, milk chocolate candies, confetti cookie pieces, white chocolate covered raisins, and marshmallows. So basically all the things your kids want to be picking out of the trail mix that they wouldn't leave behind. So it's like a kid's dream, and it's also just really cute. So I love this. I keep it in our little candy jar this time of year, the loose one, not the individual packs, but the individual packs are just cute for Easter baskets, and it's yummy. Those little confetti cookie pieces are so good. And then the other thing that I get at Target, because they don't have it at my other grocery stores, one of my friends mentioned Fruity Pebbles the other day, and this is where my pregnancy comes into play, is I haven't had Fruity Pebbles since I was like 10. And all of a sudden I really wanted Fruity Pebbles, but they're just like so terrible for you. So I'm like, what do I do? Cascadian Farms makes an organic Fruity Pebbles, and the dye is made out of like vegetable dye or something, like, you know, natural coloring. It tastes just like Fruity Pebbles. It's so good. So I do have a box hidden away in my pantry that is for mom. Sometimes I'll buy a couple boxes and let the kids have some too, but I mean, it's still full of sugar. It's so good though. It tastes just like Fruity Pebbles. So if you need a mom midnight snack, take my word for it. They're so good, and they taste just like Fruity Pebbles. And then I have a couple of recipes to share with you, and then a couple of last minute things. So the first recipe is my coconut banana bread, and I make this every year in the spring. It just feels like a very spring and summer banana bread. So for this recipe, I start with an oatmeal banana bread recipe that I will link below. It's just a standard all recipes recipe, very simple and easy. And then instead of the shortening, I swap out coconut oil, which adds a little bit of the flavor already, and then I'll also put in some coconut flakes. And instead of regular flour, I'll use whole wheat flour, just because I feel like banana bread is forgiving if you use whole wheat flour, because it's typically a little gritty with like the nuts and things in it. And so I'll use whole wheat flour, shredded coconut, and coconut oil. Those are the modifications that I make. I also do not think you need as much sugar as is in the recipe, but play around with that on your own. It is really good. John actually just made a big bulk batch of it last night because he really likes that as well. And then the second recipe that I'm gonna link below that we use a lot this time of year are lemon poppy scones, and they're so good and just fresh and delicious and always a hit. So I just made them for tea time. I've made them for my girlfriends when I've had them over for brunch before. They're an easy brunch staple if you want to go somewhere and bring something that is simple but also just elegant and fun. So lemon poppy scones and coconut oatmeal banana bread. Those are my two springtime favorite recipes. And then what else do I have to share with you? Okay, I just have two additional things that are some mommy favorites this time of year. So one of those things is Pureflix. We subscribed to Pureflix about a year ago, and it's been wonderful. John has recently implemented a more strict rule on YouTube and streaming services for our kids. no reason other than just to save me some decision fatigue. I think he just saw me like starting to like loosen my grip on some of our rules, and I'm really appreciative of the fact that he just laid a harder rule for our kids, which is no YouTube without him here. It just makes it so much easier for me, and I so appreciate that. So shout out John, thank you for that. But what the kids can get on when they finish school is Pureflix, and that has been really great and easy. There is the Bible Man and VeggieTales and things like that that Annabeth loves, but they also have the Kingstone Publishing series, like a cartoon series. My boys love the Kingstone comics, so that's their like #1 show right now. They've got stuff that Bella likes to watch, some other shows that you'll find in other places but that have been like cleaned up a little bit, so big fan. And then another go-to for me this time of year is the Disney Peaceful Piano Station on Apple Music or whatever streaming service you use. I play hymns and worship music a lot throughout the day, but sometimes I just want to switch it up when I'm cleaning or when the kids are doing their chores. The Disney Peaceful Piano Station is just a really fun, windows open type of peaceful station to be listening to this time of year. I don't know why it screams spring to me, but it does. And so I like to put that on this time of year, and it just feels like, I don't know, maybe just like a little Snow White, like I'm waiting for the birds to come up to the window or something, since we can only have the windows open for about a month and a half in Florida. So those are some of my spring favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, please. Thumbs ups help my channel so much more than you would realize, and it helps me as well. Let me know what some of your springtime favorites are in the comments down below, and I will see you later. Bye guys.